Welcome to your new home. This is the Players U Podcast. Bringing players together in business, sports, media, and entertainment. Players U. For the players, by the players. By the players. Let's do the damn thing. Here's your hosts, Carthorne and Tyson.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Red, what's good, man? How we doing?
My man DC, what's happening, man? How you doing? I'm doing great, man. On this Sunday. How about you?
I'm good, man. I'm just like, I'm not gonna lie. There's been a lot going on this week, and I'm feeling a little disappointed by some of the news that came out over the past, week and a half.
Right.
We haven't had a chance to talk about just yet. That I would love to get your input, your thoughts on some of the stuff that's been going on, man. So,
hey, man, it's been some hot topics, a lot of things going on that we got to discuss, DC. We got to let it out. It's huge. Let's just start it off, man. Let's just get it out right now. Everybody knows. Well, I don't know if everybody knows, but there's a situation going on with the Boston Celtics and Ime Udoka, the head coach of the Boston Celtics. Yeah. Now, reports are out. According to Kevin Frazier of Entertainment Tonight, there was an affair. An affair was uncovered by the Boston Celtics staffer, who was a female, a husband, when he overheard a private conversation on their doorbell camera at their home. So the Boston Celtics executive wife was sleeping around with, and it was consensual, with Ime Udoka, the Boston Celtics head coach. It's been crazy big news. I just want to know, man, you hearing that and you listening to it and you probably read it. How do you feel about this situation, man? This is just crazy going on right now. Craziness.
Yeah, man, it's a wild situation. You know what I'm saying? I think first, like, before we can truly comment like we want as a people, we got to get all the facts. But they don't typically give us that opportunity as Black men, especially in entertainment, sports, business, you know what I'm saying, at that level. But I would say it's disappointing for a couple things. For one, you just come off a championship run, losing to Golden State just a couple months ago. You have an opportunity of a lifetime, and this guy has been waiting for years, like a decade, to become a head coach. You know what I'm saying? And
yes,
to get to that level and kind of throw it all away over some, like, unfortunately, over, sexual behavior and different things that's going on that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's disappointing. I think, Boston fans are really probably hurt by this. Obviously, he has a family. We don't know where him and his wife stand on that, so we can't really comment. But sometimes this is what happens to us when we get powerful positions, man. And it's just like one thing leads to another.
It's crazy, man. And to put the icing on the cake, man, they're having sexual relations. And then this is the same woman who is actually setting up arrangements for his fiance. I don't know if they're actually married yet, but I know that's his fiance, Miss Nia Long.
So is this still an affair? They're not married. I'm trying
to get to Boston. She's setting up plane arrangements for them to get to Boston and to go to away games and stuff like that so they can connect. So it's very crazy. But I gotta piggyback off what you just said, is that as a Black man in America, it's already difficult, and we are really fighting to become greater in advancement. Being at the high level of a major organization. And when something like this happens, those who are fighting, trying to become next, it just looks bad. And it just looks like those executives at the top will not give us minorities those opportunities to grow and become the next
Yeah,
executive.
for sure, man. It's tough because end of the day, this is something that doesn't have anything to do with the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you always got to keep first things first. You there to coach basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it seems like a lot of times with people in this position, man, or men in this and women in this position, they let off the court issues get in the way. And when you do that, you pigeonhole yourself, man. Like, look at Mark Jackson, for example. I'm not comparing Mark Jackson by any means necessary in this scenario, but he's a very talented black coach. Obviously, there were some things that went down in Golden State that we may not have all the details about.
Right.
But he's more capable coach than probably 60% of the coaches that's in the NBA right now. He cannot get a job for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I would hate to see a guy like Ime Udoka put himself in a position where, you know, moving forward, he just can't. Now, we don't know all the details that came out. This could be crazier than we all expect. So that's why I'm taking the route of, like, we just got to do better. We got to do better as black men when we get in certain positions. Not saying you can't make mistakes, but like a workplace relationship, women have it hard enough. Not saying that this is one-sided, because there was another grown adult that was involved in this too that should pay for their actions as well, depending on what happened. But it's just like, come on, man, let's focus on the business at hand first. But hey, a championship run is overshadowed by this. And this is what happens, man. It's Michael Vick and dogs. Ime Udoka and this. You know, these things just seem like, you know, Mike Tyson, when he was at his peak, was brought down by, you know, dumb decisions on his own behalf. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's wild, man. And I mean, we just need this opportunity for our people to understand that anytime you're in a situation like this, a situation of power, you have an opportunity to help people get jobs. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that people are looking up to him like, can you help me out? Can you look out for me? And I'm pretty sure he's done that. But we got to maintain that it's not all about us. So I think he was very selfish in that manner for these reports, from what I'm hearing. But I don't know if he's going to even get a second chance, man. Honestly, I don't know. It could possibly be over. I don't know if he's going to, withdraw his name from coaching, or if he's going to just be like, I'm done coaching for a year. Maybe he needs to take a break to let this roll over. I don't know. Do you think he needs to take a break and step away for a little bit?
I don't know. You know, it's interesting. Like, they fired him. They suspended him for a year.
Right.
So I'm wondering, why didn't they fire him? If I'm trying to understand, like, totally what happened to where he just gets a year suspension versus being fired. So, I mean, it sounded like he's going to have a year suspension without any contact with the team. Maybe at a later date, when they get more information, they'll, increase the penalties that he has. It sounds like he's going to have a substantial fine as well. I have to think, like, they don't have all the information, and they're probably doing more investigation. So they just stepped out and got ahead of it early and said, look, we're going to suspend him right now, and when we get more information, we'll come back later. That's kind of what I'm thinking going on. As far as him stepping away from coaching, like, this is where it gets controversial.
Yeah.
Because we've seen and heard these things going on in other instances and nothing happens. Like, that's the thing that sucks. I can't jump on the man when we've seen people get away with stuff that's crazy. I mean, like, this is an unrelated incident, but like Brett Favre embezzling money from, did you hear about that?
I heard about that.
Yeah, it's like, where's the coverage on that? Where's the jail time on that? Like,
we haven't heard nothing on that, honestly.
Man, they played Michael Vick's dog story 24/7 for like months, bro.
Right.
When he went down. All we've heard is Ime Udoka's situation. I mean, I don't know what's going on between two grown adults, but it must have been bigger than what they've reported. It must have been a lot deeper
It had to be. But the problem is with the Brett Favre situation is that someone told him, like, this could be illegal, bruh. He already knew this could be illegal what he was doing.
Don't care.
Don't care at
but
all.
The media don't care. The media don't care. How many media outlets are covering it?
Right. I haven't really heard much about that at all.
That's the question that really bothers me is like who's really covering this and talking about it. But we all talking about Ime Udoka, even us. But
that is true.
Even us. But in other news, coming from the NBA, this has been a crazy week for basketball. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now.
Yeah.
Robert Sarver, owner of the Phoenix Suns. Tyson, you want to dive into that a little bit, man? Like, what's going on out in Phoenix right now?
All right, man. So, owner Robert Sarver has been using racial slurs allegedly for years and being misogynistic with women within his own organization.
Yeah.
Using
Phoenix
the N-word.
Phoenix
Suns and the Mercury.
Okay.
And he has been, I'm going to say this, the coaching staff of the men's program of the Suns, which was Earl Watson at the time, was saying that, and you can't use the N-word around here, man. Like, and his rebuttal was, well, Draymond Green is running up and down the court screaming the N-word, so why can't I use it? He's like, you just can't use that. That's not for you to use. Leave it alone. Let it go.
Yeah.
But I guess he's been doing this for years, and I guess they just got fed up with it. Like, this is enough. We're tired of it. It's time for the go. LeBron said something about it. I know everybody saw the report about LeBron saying something. Then Chris Paul said something. And then who was the what's his name? The owner, not the owner, but the commissioner. Commissioner stepped up.
Yeah.
And talked to the commissioner stepped up and said something, and then talked to the, obviously the NBPA Players Association. They said, and then they start losing sponsors.
Yeah. Rightfully so.
PayPal was like, hey, we're not about this. So we're going to just alleviate and remove or get our money back, essentially.
Adam Silver.
We're not doing anything. Adam Silver, yeah, right.
Yeah.
And we're not going to be a part of this. So you need to figure out what you're going to do with him. He needs to sell this team. And what is he doing? He's starting to sell the team. But DC we already talked about this, behind the scenes. DC, tell us, what is this really going to do for him?
I mean, end of the day, the NBA is fining him $10 million, right? Was it like a year ban and $10 million or something like that? Yep. Dropping the bucket for him, right? This is the most interesting thing about it. So he comes out, calls somebody the N-word. You know what I mean? Been saying it to players for years. This happens not only on this team. This stuff has happened in the NBA before. It happens in different places behind closed doors. But the interesting thing to me is this, and this is where ownership is so important. He bought this team in 2004 for $400 million. At the time, it was a record purchase price for a team. They've probably had like 4 or 5 winning seasons since then in Phoenix.
In his tenure, right?
Yeah, in his tenure. And it was interesting. They fined him $10 million, but when you're an owner, he can do what he wants. So what does he do? He says, I'm going to come out. I'm going to sell the team. I'm going to sell Phoenix Suns and Phoenix Mercury. And if they sold today, those teams probably going to sell for about $2 billion. So this dude about to make almost a $2 billion profit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
So is he really losing anything?
I mean, yeah, like he's not really losing. It's like, okay, he sells a team he bought for $400 million for $2 billion, less than 20 years later. That's a major win. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how much punishment is that? You know what I'm like? There's not really no punishment. He also owns RCD Mallorca over in Spain, top league soccer club. So he's an owner of sports teams. He was in investment banking and in real estate before he got into owning teams. And obviously he's still in that stuff. So It's just funny to me, man. Like, we get disrespected so much in this game, and we refuse to work together as black men and
Yes.
women. We refuse to work together and take advantage of our positions. And this dude gonna get slapped with a $10 million fine, and he gonna pay that off with the $2 billion he about to make. Like,
It's facts, though. It's facts.
you know, like, I don't understand. And then what really pisses me off is, like, the same week that this happens, we bring up the Ime Udoka story.
Yeah, that's kind of weird too.
I hate that about.
How does that even get out?
Come on, bro. Like, give it another week. Like, we already been brushed Robert Sorbo under the rug. Like, it's done. We talking about Ime Udoka now. You know, like, it's crazy.
Crazy. In the chat, how does that even get out? Will somebody just push a button and say, "Hey, put this out there, man. We need some news on a black man who's doing something." But let's forget about Robert Sarver. Let's forget about Brett Favre. Yeah. It's like, man, how does that even get out?
You don't got to correct that man's name. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mississippi don't even got running water. You stealing money from them? Like, come on, bro. Like,
yeah, you facts. That's right.
It's really crazy, and I just think, like, sometimes us as athletes, we aren't educated, man, enough on, like, the business of sports. We're all clapping our hands because he got caught and getting fined $10 million, but this dude about to make $2 billion off something y'all built.
Yeah.
Now, the NBA players have a profit sharing agreement, 49-51 split on the revenue, but y'all dudes won't own a team. How does that make sense? Like, make that make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's why when these guys come together and they want to say, "Oh, you know, the NBA did right by him." How? He about to make $2 billion. You feel me?
Yeah.
He probably did this, let this get out on purpose, so because the market crashed right now and he need liquid cash. You never know.
To think about, yeah, for real.
He gonna sell the team and probably go and short the housing market and make another Billy. Ain't nobody talking about that. You know what I'm saying? This next level thinking. You know, it's funny, not to knock Chris Paul, but I was watching an interview with Chris Paul and Mark Cuban. I don't know, maybe like a month or two ago, and Chris Paul was asking Mark Cuban, like, "How did you make your fortune?" And Mark Cuban started talking about stocks and options and equities, like shorting the market, going long. Chris Paul was like, "Yeah, I don't know nothing about none of that stuff. Let's just get back to basketball." That's irresponsible, bro. You know a billionaire. Why would you not pick his brain on that? Why would you not have that conversation on camera?
Right.
But, you know, you just a N-word to these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna be real. You just a nigga to them. That's just what it is. And that's how they feel. And then they're gonna sell the team and make a couple $1 billion, and Brittany Griner's still in Russia.
Still in Russia. Can't get her out.
Yeah, man. I don't mean to go on a tangent, but like this stuff, like it frustrates me.
It's got to be said and it's got to be heard, man. Like, people out there in the chat, how do y'all feel about this right now? What's going on? Let us know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, you know, as well.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram at Players U Media. Like and subscribe on YouTube at Players U Media. You know, like, we want to hear what y'all think. Get in the comments. You know, hit us up on our page. Tell us what y'all think about this.
Hit us up on Twitter as well, on Players U Media.
Yeah. So, all right, man. Enough of Robert Sarver for now.
Let's get away
We'll
from
see
that.
what ends up coming out of this later. But on to what we're gonna say is a good news for the end.
Yeah.
But once again, we're gonna talk about a young, supposed to be phenom, Imani Bates. You know, getting pulled over in Michigan. What was it, with a gun on him?
Yeah, definitely. That's what he had.
And what's coming out of that situation right now?
It looks like he probably won't even play this season. If that, you know, well, I don't know all the details of it right now, but
yeah, had a
it's
concealed
looking
weapon.
like he had a concealed weapon on him, and if he gets convicted or something, man, he's not playing this year. This man was the number 1 or 2 player in the country.
I mean, he was like the next generational talent, you know.
Next KD. They were talking about the next KD.
Yeah, they weren't even talking about Chet for a minute, and then they started talking about Chet, and then I remember watching him and Chet play. Now Chet in the league, this dude at Eastern Michigan, going through it. You know, I heard it was like somebody else's car, and he didn't know the gun was in there. I don't know. But this is a tough, interesting situation, man.
Young black kid, man. Young black kid.
His whole life ahead of him during these bad moments. Like, I like to just say, like, basketball ain't important enough. Like, end of the day, a lot of dudes, I don't know what he going through, but a lot of dudes put pressure on themselves because of this game. In all actuality, it's a game and it's a job. It's not the end of the world. It's not the savior, right? So I don't know what led him to be in that situation, but like, if he is guilty of whatever happened, he got an uphill battle on him because this is what the system wants. They want to see our young, talented black men with potential
Incarcerated.
get incarcerated, caught up in the system, have something next to your name. So even if you don't make it to the NBA and you do have a college degree, you got a felony on your record, so you can't get a certain job. Then what?
Yep.
And now you famous, you can't turn them lights off. I mean, it's tough. It's real tough, especially in the world of NIL deals, where a guy like him, he don't got to be in this situation
at all.
So
I mean, it's very difficult for me, man, because as a basketball trainer, man, and as as you were coming up training you, is like, bruh, we speak life into a lot of our trainees, and this is one thing that you never want to see out of your trainees or just good people around you. Like, man, you shouldn't even be caught up in this mess at all. I don't, like I said, it's allegedly, and I don't know what all's going on with it, the whole situation.
Yeah.
And I wish him the best on that, because this is tough, man. He could be behind them walls for some years, at least 3, with a gun in your car for sure. I don't know what the rules are in Michigan. I mean, the laws are in Michigan, but
it was a concealed weapon.
So you can get at least 3 for sure.
That easy. I mean, it's crazy how that works. And then what's tough is like every state has different gun laws.
Yeah, I know.
Some states you don't need a TCW. Some states you do. You know what I'm saying? Some states, you can carry as long as it's showing. You feel me? And like, he's what? How old is he, Monty Bates? What, 18, 19?
Got to be at least 19 for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we went to prep. Or he actually came into school early, I believe. I think
he went to Memphis early.
Yeah, so he could be 18 years old. 18, 19, facing a situation after transferring down from Memphis, and then he got a lot of pressure because of the fame that he has, man. I hope the community gets around him, put their arms around him, you know what I'm saying, support him the same way that y'all's gonna be looking to benefit off his stardom. Like, let's get with him and make sure he's good. You know what I mean? You don't really know what the kid going through. At 18, 19 years old, not performing at a high level, transferring schools down a major way. Like, that's he dealing with a lot right now.
That's tough. And he has so much, everybody has his expectations were so high for him. So like you said, he's really going through what I know he's going through. Like you said, I'm gonna say the same thing. Surround yourself with a great village that's going to help you and guide you and direct you.
For sure.
But definitely gonna have prayers up for that young man, and we hope he gets out of that situation and gets back to business.
For sure, man. So on a brighter note, you know what I'm saying? First of all, look, like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? At Players U Media, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, at Players U Media.
Oops. We got a lot of great interviews coming up soon. So make sure everybody is tapped in. It's gonna be some great time, great content excuse me, that we're offering. But what you about to say? DC?
Lastly, man, we're gonna end on a positive note coming from this basketball world, man.
Yes.
I say, probably having the best year you could have in sports. Steph Curry, man. Getting offered the $1 billion contract with Under Armour.
Chef Curry.
Hey, man.
Cooking it up.
You talk about somebody that, has a seemingly good foundation around him, a true professional, handles his business in the spotlight for years, from college to now. Obviously, his dad played, but like, this dude signing a $1 billion deal at Under Armour, like, that's huge, man. That's real big. Like, I don't think nobody really sits down and thinks about like getting a $1 billion shoe deal. with a company. It's a lifetime contract. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I mean, the Currys is good forever. They good forever with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your thoughts on this situation with Steph Curry?
I mean, I think it's huge, man. And a guy that was born in Ohio, just to let you know, he was born in Ohio. To have two guys, LeBron and Chef Curry, $1 billion deals, man, it's huge. It's a blessing, and it shows you that Black people, man, minorities, we are great. We can do anything out here. And for him to go from Bradley to the NBA and just be a star.
Yeah,
it's
not Bradley, Davidson.
I mean Davis. I'm sorry. Yeah, he was at Davidson. My bad.
Hey, they're gonna come after you for that one.
Yeah, my bad, Davidson. But he's a monster, man, and I respect the heck out of that man. And he does it. He does it with a little flair, but doesn't do it with a lot of talking. He just does it on the court and executes at a high level. And I'm not going to take that away from nobody who could do all that. And he can play the game at a high level.
I mean that's
he changed the game with the three ball.
Well, where do you rank Curry? Where do you rank Curry all time? First, we're gonna do two: all-time point guards, all-time players.
He's in the top 20. I'm not gonna say he's
top 20 all-time players.
I think he's top 20.
Okay.
I don't have the real ranking, but he's top 20 to me.
Top of your mind, he top 20.
He top 20, top of the mind. Without even thinking about it. You said what else you say? You said point guard?
All-time point guard.
Oh, Magic, man.
Magic won.
Magic won.
Yeah, who else?
Isaiah Thomas in that thing.
You got Isaiah too?
Isaiah too. Dang, you said top 5?
Hey, just where do Curry rank? All-time point guards.
I would say Curry 5. I'll say Curry 5 because.
So who you got before Curry? You got Magic. You got Isaiah. Who else?
I got Magic, Isaiah, Iverson.
You put Iverson at the point. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's a point guard, but a scoring guard, obviously.
Okay.
That's 4. And then I have let me see in my time. Who did I really?
John Stockton, Jason Kidd. You got, these are
would you consider LeBron as a point guard?
Man, hell no, man.
Hold on. You the one always talking about he got the ball in his hand all the damn time.
Here we go.
All the time. You always talking something about my guy, man.
We ain't about to turn into ESPN and mention LeBron ass on every show. We ain't doing that. Now, LeBron, he's a point forward.
All right. Well,
he played one full season as a point guard. That was not last year, but the year before for the Lakers. Remember that?
Yeah.
He started PG that year. That was a great move.
Well, I gotta go J Kidd then. That's just off the head.
So you gotta go J Kidd number 4 and then Curry 5?
Yeah.
Man, it's tough. It's real tough. It's hard for me to put Curry over Iverson, bro. Like Iverson is I ain't seen nobody like AI, bro. He changed the game too. You know what I'm saying? They both changed the game in a way that like nobody else really has besides Jordan.
Yeah.
And maybe Dirk changed it. Jordan changed it.
Definitely.
Shit, Kevin Garnett changed the game. It wasn't that many mobile bigs that was guarding 1 through 5. KG was like the real first one to really do that. That was also offensive, not like Dennis Rodman,
Right.
But point guard wise,
who you got?
I gotta go Magic 1. He changed the game. Showtime Lakers.
Showtime Lakers is crazy, bro.
Yeah, nobody at that size was doing what he was doing.
Nah.
Like, to be a rookie and win a chip MVP, like that's tough.
6'9".
6'9". Change the game. I gotta go Steph Curry number 2. I love Isaiah.
Yeah.
It's tough. That's a tough one. Like Steph got more championships than Isaiah, but like Isaiah, this is the argument, right? Isaiah beat Jordan, Bird on his way to get his chips. Steph had to go through LeBron. So
that's
like
it.
People that claim LeBron is the best of all time, do we give that same credit when somebody beats him?
Well, but you just said that Thomas beat Bird and Jordan.
I mean,
and everybody claims that Jordan is number one. And that's
but look at who Curry didn't have to go through in the playoffs. Curry didn't have to go through Tim Duncan. He had to go through LeBron. He had to go through Kawhi. He had to go through many teams, man. He had to go through who else is out there in the West that's been Luka and these guys, you know. Curry done went through some big time guys too. Now, two of Curry's championships, he wasn't the best player.
KD was right.
KD was clearly, I don't care what nobody said, KD was clearly the best player on that team. The first championship, Curry was the best player on the team, but he didn't get MVP, Finals MVP. Last championship, undisputed best player in the whole NBA this past season. Won a championship, won MVP. Just because he has 4, even though Isaiah got 2 meaningful ones, I gotta go Curry, especially because the way he changed the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, put it this way, I was a guard that relied on my 3-ball.
Right.
And coming up for me, they didn't really want us doing that. So to see a guy with a similar play style that really can shoot from deep, change the game to where the game now expects guards to shoot first, that's powerful, man. You know what I'm saying? So I would have to say Magic, Curry, Isaiah Thomas. If we're gonna put Iverson in there, we gotta put Iverson at the point. We're gonna put him in there at 4. I've always put Iverson at a 2, but you know, whatever. And then after that, I gotta go like John Stockton, Jason Kidd.
Okay, respect.
That's me. All time, it's hard to put Curry in that top 10. I'm gonna put him top 15.
Top 15.
My 10 is you're not getting in over Kobe.
Nah.
You're not getting in over Mike. You're not getting in over Magic. You're not getting in over Shaq. You're not getting in over LeBron. You're not getting in over Kevin Durant. Like, that's like you're not getting in over Kareem, Wilt. Did I say Tim Duncan? You got Timmy. You got Bird.
Bird. That's 10 right there.
We already got 10, and then you start thinking like.
That's why I said top 20 to me.
Yeah, it gets tough. But after like them 10 players, Curry can go heads up with anybody.
That's true. I mean, I can see that.
Curry then went and beat LeBron in his prime multiple times. Say what you want. He did it. Like, he competed against a lot of the top players. He didn't win heads up with Tim Duncan in his prime. Like, not in his prime, but LeBron lost to old Tim Duncan. Curry, and they went through them. You feel me? Kawhi Leonard. These is guys that's going to be some of the top players. I don't got him top 10, but I say he top 15, probably top 20 for sure. Because it's just guys that's just like, when it's all said and done, Giannis might go be better than Curry.
Yeah, Giannis might be better than everybody. You never know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's tough, man. But nah, that Under Armour deal was huge, man. I love seeing it. I hope that can invigorate the youth. You know what I'm saying? Because the Under Armour, like the gear on the Under Armour just ain't it, bro. Like,
yeah, unfortunately, it's not. But it's kudos to him, man, because there's gonna be a lot of kids wearing Under Armour regardless. But
yeah, because of Curry, and then he got the golf thing going on. He got the golf line, like
he gonna turn into a golfer right after he
retired.
Bro.
That's what Mike did. Look what Mike did, man. Mike didn't make dudes really take golf serious. But yeah, shout out to the Curry family. You know, Steph.
Yes, sir.
Top 5 PG, top 20 player ever. You know, probably top 15. Let us know what y'all think in the comments, man. Where y'all rank Steph Curry at all time in the NBA? Also, where do y'all rank him at all time as a point guard?
Yes. You know, who is your all-time great point guard? Top 5 point guards.
Put your top 5 point guards
in the comment section. Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. Appreciate it, man. Peace.
Peace.
You've been listening to the Players U podcast. For the players, by the players. Carthorne is an ex-overseas pro basketball player and manager. And Tyson is a trainer, coach, and sports management league developer. So you might say they're qualified to talk about it. We hope you enjoyed the show. We know we had a blast. Make sure to like, rate, and review the show. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, hit us up on Instagram and Twitter at PlayersUMedia. That's Players, the letter U, Media. Y'all be cool. See you next time.